Hello there, welcome once again to Blackpool here at the Hilton Hotel on the seafront. It is of course the setting for the Embassy World 8-Ball Pool Championships, and it's time now for our ladies final, and what a match this does promise to be. Two outstanding players, Sue Thompson against Linda Leadbitter. Sue Thompson from Scotland, the number 3 seed, against Linda Leadbitter of England, seeded 2, and two terrific players. Well, I'm delighted to say that Vicky Layton is with me here in the studio. Vicky, taking part in the event this time. You had a good tournament. In fact, sadly, you're out now, of course, but you didn't have a bad run.
Oh, I had an excellent run. I mean, I was playing so well. Lisa Quick, I played her 6-2. I was just...
And she was the defending champion.
Well, yeah.
Terrific stuff. So you've enjoyed that, but thankfully you're here with us now to watch this. Should be quite a match between these two, shouldn't it?
Oh, it'll be an awesome match. Both players are just capable of so much. I mean, it's hard to say who's going to win, but...
They've got a lot of ability, both of them. They're very determined, obviously.
Oh, exactly, yeah.
OK, let's take a check then, shall we, on the player profiles for both these great players. First of all, take a look at Sue Thompson's record. There we are, 30 years of age. Hometown now is Runcorn. Seeded 3, as I said, but what a great record over the years. And she is very competitive, isn't she?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, well, to be honest, I didn't really expect Sue to make the final this year. She wasn't playing very well. But she just seems to get better and better as the tournament went on, and she's absolutely on fire now. She's playing really well. OK, and Linda's profile looks like this. She too fiercely competitive, slightly younger, 27 years of age. I'm sure that neither of them will mind me saying that. She's seeded 2. Again, very competitive, been around for a while and played at the very highest level. These two really could provide us with a great final, couldn't they? Yeah, I think this is going to be probably the best final yet. I mean, Sue didn't make the final last year, so she's going to be more determined this year. Linda lost last year, so she's really going to, they're both going to be really up for it.
I'm sure they will. Right, let's have a look at the Roll of Honour, and I think this really just only goes to confirm what we've been saying, how these two players have dominated this event since 1993. Linda Moffat, the name you're seeing there now, of course that is Linda Leadbitter, that's her married name, but Linda Moffat in those days, and Sue Thompson between them, now Linda Leadbitter of course, have dominated this event ever since 1993, so an awful lot to look forward to. Two players who seem to have made this event their very own. Right, well, we are very nearly ready to go. I think it's high time now we heard from the two competitors there with Jonathan.
Well, this is a situation that Linda Leadbitter and Sue Thompson know all too well. They've seen the final many times before, and they've met each other and played each other many times before. I'm sure they're not nervous about this, but it is the final, it is the World Championships, and I'll start with Linda. I suppose because you've done it all before, that make you feel relaxed, but I suppose it doesn't in many other ways.
No, I'm not used to it at all. This is like the 5th final I've met Sue in now, and I think we'll both be really nervous, and it's just going to be all on the day.
How confident are you? How's your game?
Yeah, not too bad. My results are quite good, so just see what happens.
Sue, you're just glad to be here, you were telling me earlier.
Yeah, I had an operation a week before the World Championship, so it's actually nice for me to, you know, obviously come here and do really well. I am considering I was in quite a bit of pain. To get to a final World Championship, I'm absolutely delighted. So hopefully I can go on and do well.
Is it hard to get you focused? Because obviously it's such an important thing, and if you've been playing tournaments up until it, having something like this is obviously going to break your rhythm a little bit.
It is quite hard. I mean, I haven't played pool since last November, so to be in a World Championship final is a dream for me. And obviously I'm focused enough, because when you're in the final World Championship, you don't want to become runner-up, and I've had too many of them. So it'd be nice, obviously, to be a winner here today, and hopefully I'll try my best.
I know she's standing next to you, but what's the key to be able to beat Linda?
As long as I play my game and play well, I know that I will do really well. Linda's a great player. She's always pushed me all the way, but I know if I play well to my game that I can play, I've got a great chance of winning this.
And Linda, how are you going to beat Sue?
Just hopefully play my own game, just try not to go out and try and put everything in sight, just keep it safe, and I should be all right.
All right, well, the girls are ready. It's another chapter in the women's final. Back to you, David.
Thanks, Jonathan. Yes, let's just get a final prediction on what will promises to be a very tense sort of final, very tight. How do you see this one going, Vicky?
Well, it is a very hard one to call, but I'm going to have to go with Sue this year. I think she is really, really playing well. In her semi-final game, she was just absolutely brilliant. So I'm going to go with Sue.
All right, we'll see if you're right very soon. Right now, then, the player's just about ready to go. Let's join our MC, Alan Hughes.
Well, thank you, David, and now we welcome the players, and first a real tough opponent, always around at the business end, 6 times a world finalist and twice an Embassy World Champion. Will you welcome into the arena from Scotland, the very talented Sue Thompson. her opponent no greater ambassador for her sport, making her 7th world final appearance and going for a record 5th world title. Can I ask you to welcome, please, from Northampton, the brilliant Linda Leadbitter.
First frame, Sue Thompson to break.
Well, it almost appears as though time has stood still. The year 2000, and we see two of the more dominant lady players at the table contesting the biggest crown in ladies pool, the Embassy World title. Up for grabs here.
Open table.
As always, a very difficult one to call. Unbelievable as it sounds, Linda Leadbitter in this final now, the 7th final she has contested out of the 8 years this event has been in existence. And that for me is a true mark of consistency and domination. She's only failed twice to secure the crown. And in fact, these two players have met 4 times in the final, with Linda holding a 3-1 advantage at present. The number 2 and 3 seeds respectively, and I'm very happy to be joined by the top seed in this event. Unhappy not to be out there, and a little miss there early days for Linda. And Lisa Quick, this isn't going to be an easy one to call, but you and I were talking in the early frames could prove the difference.
Yeah, I think early on it's going to be interesting to see if Sue settles into a game plan. I think she's obviously going to go out and try and pop as many as possible quite quickly. If she gets an early lead, I fancy Sue to take it, but you can never write Linda off, as everyone knows. It'll be a tight one to call, definitely.
Well, Keith Brewer, the master of the tactical game. You've just seen Sue Thompson. Do you think she intended to pot that yellow there?
Yes, it was part of the game plan there, because Linda had gained both the bottom pockets straight away. So the problem there is if you just kind of sit back, then the way that the yellows were situated, she's just going to run out the winner anyway. So she's had to take a chance. Sometimes at these rules, Jim, you've got to take a chance.
Well, with these two having met so often in the final, Keith, I know I've posed this question to you on a few occasions. As the tactical game here favors Linda Leadbitter.
Well, I think she, just in her interview before, I mean, she said it herself, didn't she, that
Second visit.
you know, she's going to try and play her game, keep the game tight. I think she knows that is the way to try and win. I mean, in previous years, as I've said, Jim, that sometimes she's gone out and tried to play the same game as Sue, and that ain't really the way to beat her. It may look nice if it comes off, but at the end of the day, this is the world final, and I'm sure she wants to win that more than anything else.
Well, as Linda goes about her business here, Lisa, I just want to pose one more quick question to you. You hammered Linda last year, 8-3 in the final.
Yeah, it was certainly a good result for me, certainly better than I expected. Everything went for me. I think the whole 2 weeks really, it was meant to be. I'd love again to get to a final and do well, but obviously I'm lucky I've won it once. Lots of people obviously haven't. Hopefully I'll be back again next year to have another crack at it, really.
And did you attack her, or did you just play the balls as they lay?
Yeah, I think I did. I think the whole time I was playing in the entire tournament, I did seem to just go for everything. It paid off. Sometimes it doesn't. Obviously, if you miss balls, Linda's just going to take you apart, really. Tactically, she is the best player in the world, without a doubt. So it'll be interesting to see whether Sue does get her pots in early.
And I think that's right, Jim. I mean, I think she is the best lady tactical player in the world. And when she plays a lot of her matches, she's just very clever what she does with the cue ball and the way she picks off her finishes. If you just watch her play, she has a set plan. She picks off the balls well, good positional play. But when it comes to the tactics, yeah, she's much more superior than most of the other women.
She shows very little emotion at the table, but the thought process always very clear. You can see the eyes darting around, just planning out her path to victory here. All a matter of execution. And there's her husband. He's been in her corner for so many years now. Almost an unsung hero, really, in these events.
Well, that's a great shot she's played there, because one of the problems that she had was the black wouldn't go into either corner, So she's took a chance there and screwed the white back, moving the red out the way, and she's still got onto the yellow. So it's quite a good shot. The only danger in potting this yellow, of course, is if she does make contact with the red, she's going to lose position. So this is quite an important shot coming up now.
Slightly hampered bridging. Shouldn't pose any problems, though. Just getting that cue ball into the center of the table for an open pot on the 8. It's a best of 15 ladies final here in Blackpool. And Linda wants to deposit the first frame in her account.
Well, that's about as best as she could do there, Jim, to be quite honest. And she's got two options. I mean, one is she can pot the black and try and screw the white safe, but I'd actually think if she plays it plain ball, she's not going to knock the red in over the pocket. I think she's got an angle to miss it, so I think this is just concentrate on the pot.
30 seconds.
Loads of pressure on this, though. Well, it was never going to be easy. And I think she's left Sue Thompson half a chance at the red at the bottom. There was a lot of pressure on that pot, and these are the type can set the tone very early. Missed by a long ways as well. Well, she said she was a little nervous just before she kicked off, and that might have been a sign. But likewise, Lisa, you know, as does Sue, it's very important now for her to take advantage of that mistake.
Yeah, certainly. It's very important to get the first frame, I think, as well. Once you get the first frame, I suppose you can relax a bit more. Obviously, pressure on, it wasn't an easy black without any shadow of a doubt. It was very tricky. And getting the whites around the table as well. So it'll be interesting to see if Sue can clear up here. Certainly she'll go for it.
This is Sue's 6th final, and she's going to be looking to even her record. She's got 3 losses against 2 wins. Twice she has been the Embassy World Ladies Champion.
Well, it's not often we see a player safety shot, but it's quite a good one.
Total snooker.
It is a total snooker, so of course Linda only has to hit the black. She doesn't have to drive it to a cushion.
Not a long ways away from the pot either, but Sue Thompson in prime position now to try and snatch victory. Good effort that from Linda, ensuring to hit the 8 and not give away the 2 visits. But I don't think Sue Thompson will get a better chance in this, but she's underhit that by some margin. I would have assumed she'd have played the red the top of the table to the same pocket.
Good recovery shot. A little bit lackluster with the first one, but it is the first frame and both ladies are finding their way. The table is playing very quick out there. And they've got to, I mean, it's the first match, Jim, on an 8-foot table and the TV lighting, so it's understandable that there may be 1 or 2 early mistakes in this match.
Well, that looked like a rush of adrenaline there. It was overhit by some margin. This is tough. Super pot. But she's not left herself ideally situated on the 8. Clip down the bottom right. All or nothing right here.
Well, what can you say? A little bit of tension in the arm, which was a long way out with that one.
Well, I think Sue a little bit nervous as well, as understandable from both of these ladies. As many times as they've been here, this is center stage in the world's biggest event. Well, Linda Leadbitter left smiling, but I guarantee you it was a very false smile.
Well, she's played a good safety, I'll give her that.
So difficult to be watching when you're rooting so so very hard and cheering so hard for the person at the table. Sometimes tougher to be watching than it is to play.
Well, another very good chance here for Linda. This is easier than the last one.
Well, that 8 will erase the memory of the previous 2 misses. Very important to get that one away. Linda Leadbitter opens her account here in the ladies' final, the Embassy World Championship, 1-0. Great start to this ladies' final here, Linda Leadbitter. And look at that break off, Keith. The shoulder and everything went into that one. Starting to show a lot of confidence, but have a look at this break off. Watch the shoulder. Everything into it.
It's like a 9-ball break, Jim, there, wasn't it? Plenty of body movement, power behind the cue. Very good break indeed.
She's looking very determined now. I think she's realised she's got off to a good start. I think she knows that Sue's not settled yet.
30 seconds.
And she's looking at the moment as if she's going to go on all the way. But things can change.
Well, Sue Thompson has the sort of game that she can turn it around without half a chance. She's got a chance here again. That long yellow attempt from Linda Leadbitter, letting Sue Thompson back to the table.
Remembering, of course, Jim, that it's an open table because she nominated the yellows. She hadn't potted one on the break. So because she nominated and didn't pot one, it's an open table for Sue.
Well, Lisa, you don't agree with her choice there, possibly.
No, I thought maybe she'd have gone yellows there, but she must have some sort of plan here. Maybe put the red over the corner, or she's looking at getting it out, but I think maybe putting the red over the corner is the shot here.
Just not got her thinking cap on, Keith.
No, because as Lisa said, the shot was to cover the pocket, and I'm sure just about any other player would have done that, because she had 4 yellows down in that corner, and of course by covering the pocket that would have put them all out of commission. Sue had a bad red. I mean, even if she made contact with the red, there's no guarantee she's going to finish on it. But now, of course, that she's failed to do that, yellows are really very strong favourites in this frame.
30 seconds.
Great recovery, affords her the opportunity to continue, but always that red bottom left is going to hold the key to victory or defeat for Sue Thompson.
Well, she's going to have to look for an angle to develop it, isn't she? I mean, that's the only option she's got. I mean, she's obviously not going to play any kind of a safety.
She's certainly hit it. I think she's on it. If she can pop the red in the middle, she'll be on it down the cushion.
Was a tremendous shot, judging the white, but again, leaving it so late that it was really the only one that she would be able to leave herself in opening it up. She would have had to have been lucky to finish on the red in the center of the table.
But that's the thing, Jim, isn't it? I mean, that's all she's doing in frame after frame. She's chancing her arm.
30 seconds.
And you just can't keep doing it.
Seven open yellows
Ball's in play.
facing Linda Leadbitter, and 8 pots away from a 4-0 lead.
Well, she could start off with a tactical shot and try and get the 2. But to be honest, the way the yellows look, I'm pretty sure Linda will just attack.
Well, if nothing else, Keith, this is a reversal of the way the first 3 frames have gone.
To an extent, Jim, yeah, that's right. And I think just that Linda's playing with a lot more control, even though she hasn't managed to get on the blacks. You know, the way she's picking the balls off, she looks more relaxed and composed at the table. I think that's one of the key things where Sue doesn't. And I think that's what Lisa said before. She doesn't look like she's settled at all.
Certainly when Linda does run out of position, she's playing a sensible shot rather than just lashing out and hoping for the best. She certainly seems to be putting the black or whatever ball she runs out of position on. She certainly seems to be putting it in the right spot and putting the pressure on Sue. I think that makes all the difference. Certainly in the head, Linda's all there.
Both these ladies started this final very tentatively, and now Linda seems to have her feet firmly on the ground. Concentration is kicked in. The composure very evident now.
Time running.
Seconds.
Fell a little bit in the middle here. She's never quite been in position with this one. I mean, even though they were all there, I think it's one of them situations where, you know, all the balls are in the open and it's so easy. I think she's probably chanced her arm a little bit on 1 or 2 of the shots and thinking, well, she's bound to fall on a yellow. And it hasn't quite happened.
Still a lot easier to take the chances when you're 3-0 in front. Sue Thompson with a lot of support in the crowd. And there you can hear them with Linda's miss.
To be fair, this was a half-hearted attempt, really, because if you look where she's left the cue ball, I think she kind of felt to herself that she wasn't really going to make that shot. She was quite happy to play it as a safety. Big shot. But she's got to do it again. It's just not happening for her.
Didn't miss by a long ways, Keith, but what's worth is she's left Linda, unfortunately, a yellow bottom left. Might need the rest, but if she gets this, well, you can only fear the worst for Sue Thompson.
I don't think Linda could have put the white ball really in much better position than where Sue's left it. She can take out this yellow and then pick the other 2 off. Just this shot, really.
Almost sounded like a bit of a miss hit. Mind you, she's not putting the rest handle down. She's holding it in the air, and anytime I see that, it's almost always very unsteady bridging.
That'll be lack of snooker, won't it?
It's one of the first things you're taught, Lisa. Playing with the rest is difficult enough.
Yeah, it is. It's certainly my least favourite play in snooker. I'm hopeless with the rest. Certainly something you have to master.
A go at the long double again, the one that saw Linda Leadbitter plant the 8 into the same pocket to win the last frame. No luck this time.
Correct shot there. Very good safety.
Total snooker.
Total eclipse. Side cushion. Here's the cue ball. What a great shot this from Sue Thompson. And there were anxious moments as that white slithered towards the top corner pocket.
Well, that's a great shot. She's going to have to pull out one as doubly hard this time. This is a nasty black. Well, she'd certainly have preferred something a little easier than this.
Not to mention, if she plays it bottom right, the cue ball is going to be going very near the bottom left corner.
Foul. 2 visits.
Well, the shot wasn't even on really, Jim. I mean, it looked like an in-off anyway. She's got, you know, the cues in the air. Everything was wrong about the shot.
Well, with the second visit in hand. This yellow will either be in or over the pocket. So it's over the pocket. Now one good positional shot to that 8, the opposite end of the table. I can't believe the way she played that. I cannot believe the way I saw Linda play that shot. That was almost a natural spin the white off of 3 cushions. She had to finish on the 8. Boy, is she giving Sue a chance here. That was about a half a ball hit, Keith, and just let the white run around the angles.
Yes, I agree with you. It's not like her to make such a bad choice of shot.
30 seconds.
And there you go. Well, was this on? That was almost a trick shot.
I was just going to say that myself, Jim. Yeah, it was nearly one of the trick shots that we do, where you set it over the pocket, white comes back round the table. Amazing shot.
Sue won't miss this one.
And finally, Sue Thompson takes her first frame. Almost a gift from Linda Leadbitter, but happy to accept it. 3-1 to England's Linda Leadbitter.
Fifth frame, Sue Thompson to break, trailing 3 frames to 1.
Frame 5. Sue Thompson needs a good break. Got a red.
Red ball pot.
And a smile. I wonder if it's going to turn all around for her here. She finally took a frame. Is that the beginning of what she's hoping is going to be a string of wins?
Red ball's in play.
Certainly looks like a weight's been taken off her shoulders with winning the frame before. It doesn't surprise me to see her dish here.
Well, the one bad red she's got is the one down the table near the black spot. Then she tried to get on that right away. Tried to cannon into the yellow just above it to leave it into the right-hand corner pocket.
I think she can see it, Keith.
Indeed she can. So that's a great shot because that's the one bad ball out of the way, and the key shot will now be the black ball because it looks like it's virtually touching the yellow. Now does it pass into the corner? To the right hand bottom corner, she's gone to have a look. And there we can see quite clearly that it doesn't. So whether it will pass off the yellow near the bottom cushion or not, she will have to make her mind up how she's going to get round that.
Played with a lot of side here. Getting top side of that red over the right center. Her choice of reds really right now. And that is a very poor positional shot. She had a lot of room for error. And both of these ladies are really struggling out there. Difficult to watch, is it, Lisa?
A little. Yeah, they both seem... I mean, Linda's obviously got more control. But now 2 shots away. I think Sue would have been expecting to do better with that visit. And giving 2 shots away, really. I think Linda's going to take these out.
It really is fair to say, though, Sue hasn't been terribly lucky. Even though she's thrown her cue, it seems like every time she's done that,
yeah, that's
she's fouled.
Certainly what seems to be happening. Everything she's doing is just going wrong for her. You've got to feel for her. But there's still time. Things can change. I think she's just got to keep plugging away, picking up the pieces and just not doing anything too rash. It seems every time she's hitting the balls hard, it's going wrong. And maybe she just needs to take a little bit of weight off and slow, just slow the game down a little.
Chris Melling, Darren Appleton in the middle, and Lee Kendall far left.
Yes, they'll be obviously giving Linda a bit of support, even though she's not actually part of the English team at the moment, because she went playing snooker. I don't know whether she's going to get back into the England team, Lisa. Have you actually spoke to Linda regarding this?
No, I'm not too sure what her intentions are. Obviously, she's more than good enough to get back in. But I'm not quite sure now she's given up snooker. Maybe that is what she'll be intending to do. I have to have a chat with her later.
Linda pockets the 8 and 4-1 in front, reestablishing that 3-frame lead. It's a race to 8, remember, but she's in the driver's seat. A terrific start from Linda Leadbitter here. She has won this title no less than 4 times. Looking for her 5th world title. Unprecedented. She won't do it that way, not with breaks like that.
Red balls in play.
See these situations here where Linda's gone in off the break, the balls are very well spread. I mean, the reds especially are quite easy, and this is where Sue has got to make the finish. If she's going to compete in the rest of this final, she's got to take these chances.
She just needs to slow it down a fraction and make sure, rather than just lose control of the white, she just needs to take a couple of seconds longer. And it's very important, as you say, that she's got to finish here, definitely.
Well, not wanting to put the mock on her, I was just going to say, nothing difficult about this. Everything's in the open. Just as I was thinking that, things almost went horribly wrong.
Recovery shot there. She seems to be on the red into the top corner. Just a stun for the black.
Just how quickly Sue Thompson can slot a frame on her side of the scoreboard. 4-2, and in the wink of an eye. And 2 terrific pots here. Dislodging the yellow from the black. And a very simple 8. to put the punctuation mark on the frame. Sue Thompson certainly feeling considerably better. That, without a doubt, has been her best visit thus far. Looking very confident there. Can she carry it through?
She certainly looks determined. That will give her a lot of confidence. I think she'd have expected to clear up at the start of the visit, but then it went a bit pear-shaped, as they say, and she pulled out a great finish in the end.
Well, so important for her to try and stay
7th frame.
on Linda Leadbitter's heels.
Sorry. Sue Thompson to break. Training 4 frames to 2.
Plenty of power into the break once again, but this time
Open tape.
nothing finding its way into the pocket. I would say very quickly that yellows look slight favourite here because we do have a couple of clusters on the reds. Once again, just look at the power into the break. Balls scattering all over the place, but of course one thing you're never guaranteed is to actually pot a ball on the break shot. So Linda has a great opportunity now. I wouldn't say they're absolute sitters, but certainly the yellows are definitely more favourable.
30 seconds.
Yellow balls in
Well, that one
play.
wiped its feet. That was really the most important shot because now she's actually on the yellows. She can look for an angle maybe to disturb these two yellows over to the right hand side that are kind of blocking each other, or she can try and fall behind them.
I think she can get through to this yellow into the corner. She may try and stun across and just nudge the red out. That's if she's on it.
Seconds.
Well, I'm just wondering there, Lisa, if that put her off, because just as she was striking the cue ball, 30 seconds was called, and she was quite a way out with that.
Yes.
There's our timekeeper today.
Yeah, I think it's very difficult with timekeeping. Obviously, they've got to call 30 seconds, and I expect they're just hoping that you hit the ball before it as well, because obviously the concentration levels on shots, you know, you need full concentration. And when someone does speak or say something or move or anything, it does put your concentration levels off. So yeah, it's possible, yeah.
Needs to disturb these two reds towards the top right, and really does look to have the opportunity right now. Pot this red into the middle pocket and try and disturb these two reds.
Might have just run a little too far, though, to be able to pocket it.
I think this is the time when Sue's got to just take a look and maybe just play a tactical. She's obviously not got a simple pot on. The only thing she's got left really is a double, and she needs to make full advantage, get behind the reds and make Linda play out of a snooker.
She heard you, Lisa.
Yeah, that's a great shot, really. Difficult to judge the weight of the white with it being yellow scattered everywhere, but she seems to have hit it pretty good.
Well, she can get through to that yellow nearest the cushion. Obviously the danger of the in-off there.
Seconds.
Pretty good shot by Linda. She's got the yellow from out in the open, of course, still. Hasn't left a path to the reds into the corner. All she's got is the right-hand red, I think. So pressure's on a bit here, I think.
Well, that safety shot there was just about leaving the cue ball in about the one safe place on the table that she could. Obviously, Sue's main problem is these two reds to the left-hand side. So what she needs to do really is try and develop these two reds, but get the cue ball safe at the same time.
Again, it's all about Linda's thinking game. She's just absolutely dictating the play. Anything that goes slightly wrong for her, she's just playing a great, sensible recovery shot, whereas Sue just seems to be forcing it a bit too much.
Well, she's actually tried the plant there, believe it or not. I mean, that's a ridiculous shot to be trying, Lisa, you must admit.
Yeah, I think maybe she could have just flicked off one of the reds and gone up behind another one. Or even just putting the white on the top cushion would have put pressure on Linda, but I don't know. I don't quite
30
know
seconds.
Sue's obviously struggling in her mind at the moment. And Linda obviously needs to take full advantage, because with Sue, as you can see, she can pull off 2 or 3 quick frames in a row. That's a bad miss by Linda.
Well, not only is it a bad miss, but she's brought the cue ball down table. She's left her on the red that's on the bottom rail, and she can develop the black as well. They'll try desperately to develop the black ball here in this shot. Now, whether it will pass to the right-hand pocket, that will be her only save. If it does, then she can actually play to get on it. And as we can see there, it doesn't. But I'll tell you what, it will go off this other yellow, this yellow here near the cushion.
Yeah, I don't think she should be trying to disturb it. I think the best way is just get a good position on the one in the middle, last of all, on the red in the middle, and then just drop on the black. And if she can play it virtually straight, the black, she'd fancy clipping it in off the yellow. I don't think she should go rash here and just make sure of position. And that's pretty good. Ooh. Maybe a little too far.
Looks to have come a little straight on it actually, Lisa, yeah. But if she left a little angle here to drop behind the black, that would have been ideal. I don't think she's there.
Again, it was all about just taking that little second longer, I think, in the last visit.
Well, she does play so quick, doesn't she?
Yeah, it's great to watch when it's... I mean, Sue's a great player to watch when she's flying. There's nothing better. But at the moment, she just needs to think just for a couple of seconds longer, I think.
Well, I think, Lisa, she's going to try the shot we said, but it's going to be awfully difficult because she's cutting the black back. She's got to guide it off the yellow and into the pocket.
Yeah,
So
she'll bring the house down if she gets this one, that's for sure.
Never going to be easy. It was a good effort, but she's turned it right over to Linda Leadbitter again. Certainly from where she was cueing, as you noted, Keith, that was a tough shot, cueing right behind it. From where she was, tall order. And a very important frame, too, given it's right before the mid-session interval. So it's either 5-2 or 4-3, and you know what scoreline that Linda Leadbitter would like to take into a cup of tea.
Certainly got a fancy that she'll take this frame now. She's still got a couple of awkward yellows, but probably Linda will find somehow, some way of snookering Sue on the black, I would imagine. Could be this shot here.
I would say that, yeah, you're probably calling it rightly. So I think the shot really is not to attack, is to just lay the snooker here.
I think she may be able to get through to this black, but even if she can hit it, she can't pot it.
Well, in a way, Jim, that's probably a help, because obviously if she was a total snooker, she could just roll up off a cushion and touch the black, but she can actually see the edge. So that means she's got to play at it. Well, whether she's going to try like a bank double into the top left-hand corner pocket, the way she's playing, I would imagine she's going to try something like that.
Seconds.
Well, I'm not quite sure what she was doing there. It was just the old lash, I think.
I don't think it went into the middle pocket, Keith. That wall of yellows certainly stopped the path for the 8 to go into the middle pocket.
The only problem is she hasn't got much of an angle on this yellow here, so wasn't really much she could do there. But Linda's got such a good head on her here, you know, she's going to play a good safety, I'm sure. She's not looking to go for anything silly like Sue there would have been trying to screw the white around the angles, this, that, the other, where Linda's probably just going to roll down to these 2 yellows and play the sensible shot.
Yeah, you know exactly what's coming with Linda. She's just going to open these 2 yellows out, leave the white where they are, and hope she comes back with a frame-winning opportunity.
Well, that's a horrible shot. And just look at the reaction from her husband. I think that white might have turned off a bit on her there, because if anything, she would have erred on the other side of that yellow. She's only contacted half the yellow. And gave it away to Sue Thompson. Unbelievable turn of events yet again. A lot of twists and turns in this one, but in the end, the scoreline reads 4-3 to Linda Leadbitter.
Well, you just fancy, don't you, that maybe the tension getting to both players, but Sue Thompson's certainly very much alive at this stage, and I guess we have to say, Vicky, that she's made the most of, I mean, she was handed that, wasn't she, on a plate, that black?
Yeah, and I think it will give her great confidence now to actually win that frame. I mean, if she'd have gone 5-2 down there, I mean, you could safely say it'd probably been all over, but now she's back into the match. And
unlike Linda to make such an important error on such what looked a relatively straightforward shot, did you think she mishit the cue ball there or what?
well, it was hard to say from here, but it's unlike Linda to play a shot like that.
And what about Linda's chances now? I mean, the lead is not what it was. She's under a little bit of pressure, but she still seems to be more composed of the two.
Yeah, she's looking good out there. I mean, we have to see what happens when they both come back, obviously, but you know, that she's looking really good.
Okay, thank you very much indeed. Right, the players are taking a break. We're going to do the same. See you in a couple of minutes. It's Linda who's leading the way at the moment. See what happens in a couple of minutes. Welcome back to Blackpool and more from the ladies' final in the Embassy World 8-Ball Pool Championship. Linda Leadbitter of England leading Sue Thompson of Scotland by 4 frames to 3 at the break. Let's now go back to the table and rejoin Jim White.
Yes, whose picture will be on next year's program holding that trophy? Will it be Linda Leadbitter or Sue Thompson? Because right now there's only 1 frame in it. 4-3, the lady at the table leads. She was 4-1 in front, only to be pegged back by Sue Thompson. And it really has been more a comedy of errors and frames that have been tossed away opposed to frames that have actually been won outright. Another look at Linda's break-off here. Still 4-3 in front, but I think coming out of the mid-session interval in frame 8 here, Sue Thompson is going to be feeling considerably better than is Linda Leadbitter.
Red ball's in play.
I think you'll find a confident Sue would be looking at taking these out now. I think she's got to get on that red into the right corner. I'll just played it the other way.
Choice of reds here, really, Lisa. Red top left, and I think she can flick that red into the bottom left as well. And she is also on the one to the center, so this could open things up considerably.
Yeah, it's a big frame. I think if Sue gets this one, she'll be feeling really confident. I think she'll be happy going into the interval at 4-3 down, knowing she hasn't played well. And for her, obviously, she'd be thinking things can only get better. She didn't have much rub of the green. I think this is quite an important finish here.
Just wants to try and bump this in. Try and stay as straight as she can on the long red bottom left. She could elect to shoot it first, Keith, and that's what she's going to do, so she'll have to travel a little more with the cue ball for position on the 8.
Yes, I think most players there would have gone the other way, to be honest, Jim. I think I would have. Just take she had a nice angle on this one, and then could obviously just stun the other one in, and she'd have been perfect. Sign of confidence, though, the way she's playing it.
Certainly looking better than she was maybe half an hour ago.
Well, 4 frames apiece. Sue Thompson has come all the way back in this one from a 4-1 deficit. Now it's effectively a best of 5. The last red, And the cue ball back down for the 8. And she was very happy to see that 8 ball go down.
Ninth frame, Sue Thompson to break, 4 frames all.
Sue Thompson breaking off here, frame 9. I think I said it was a best of 5. It's actually a best of 7. The next player to win 4 frames will take home the title. And is this match done in about face or what? Compare the styles certainly here. Watch the break off from Sue Thompson. Doesn't quite put as much animation into it as does Linda, but equally effective.
Well, it's a great break off once again, to be fair. I think no matter what set she takes, they're there. But I think probably Reds have just got the favouritism here. A little cluster of the yellows down there, which is always a bit more awkward. The yellows are, the Reds are more spaced out, which makes for an easier finish.
Talk about the speed of Sue, and certainly if she picks this one off again, she's going to have won 2 frames in a row in quick succession, and Linda's got to be careful she doesn't get behind.
Really, it's no surprise the speed with which Sue Thompson plays. In fact, she is the holder of the Guinness Book of World Records with regards to speed pool for ladies. She's cleared the table in a record time of 37.75 seconds.
At the minute, I'd be quite pleased to do it in 37.5 minutes, but who knows?
Well, one really feels that Linda Leadbitter certainly had the handle of this one, and controls were there. She's relinquished it to Sue Thompson. A couple unforced errors are finding her spending a little more time in her chair than she did in the early going.
Sue looks like she's considering her options a lot more. She does seem to have calmed down a bit. She's certainly settled in now, and she seems to be thinking quite clearly. Every shot, you know, she's giving time, and she's looking very confident.
And beautifully controlled there. Sue Thompson 5-4 in front for the first time in this final. She is in front. She's taken the last 4 frames in a row. And this last red was controlled beautifully. She stroked that as well as any ball she's hit in the first 9 frames she's played. Linda Leadbitter now with an awful lot on her mind. She sees the first deficit, albeit by 1 frame, of this match. And if she is going to regain that Embassy World crown, now she's going to have to show a little bit of her fighting qualities. And Sue Thompson, right out after the break, with her best 2 frames back-to-back of the match.
Linda Leadbitter to break, trailing 5 frames to 4.
So Linda will be breaking off here in frame 10. A possible 15 to play. First player to 8. We'll be putting that trophy on the mantle at home. Yellow down.
Yellow ball potted.
But she'll be taking Reds, that's for sure. If we just look at the bottom part of the table, the Reds have come out very nice. Very strong break once again from Linda.
Red ball's nominated.
I don't think we'll see her going for a quick finish, because the way Sue's just played them last 2 frames has got to have some kind of effect on Linda here.
30 seconds.
Red ball's in play.
Very important visit, this one from Linda Keith. Certainly she's lost the first string of frames in the match, 4 in a row in fact. And to stop the onslaught that Sue Thompson is throwing her way, she's got to respond, and it's got to be now.
Yeah, Linda's let her off the up once or twice, to be fair. I mean, she's been in good positions and, you know, she's not made advantage of them that she should have done. She's let Sue back in on that last frame in particular to get back 4-3 at the interval, and then obviously she hasn't done anything wrong yet, to be fair. I mean, you know, 2 frames, 2 8-ballers, there's not much she can do about that. It'd be very interesting, Jim, to see how she responds.
And Lisa in a very strong position in frame number 10. Linda securing that bottom corner.
Yeah, I think that's the way Linda's got to do this. You know, Sue's obviously going to try and take the game to her, as we all know. And the way Sue's started potting now, I think, you know, she's looking good. And Linda's got to keep herself tactically strong. Well, it looks as though Sue, I thought Sue might put that one over the pocket. She's...
Foul. 2 visits.
Played the intentional foul there. She'd like to have guarded that pocket a little better with that yellow, but still got that red in jail.
We've seen Sue do that a couple of times, especially in the early frames, Jim. When there was a tactical situation arose, Sue has been very quick to play the deliberate foul, because she knows the longer she hangs on, the more she's going to get hung out to dry. So really, she's gone straight in there and making Linda force her to do something. And they don't come out much better than that.
And she can go for a game now. Great shot that from Linda Leadbitter. Everything in the open.
Decision time though, Jim. Doesn't have to go game here. Would expect her to take this red on because it only goes into the right hand pocket as we look, but I would have thought probably now we may see her just stick a red over the bottom left hand pocket, and if she does that she'll have complete control of this frame.
It's amazing how much you can learn from watching Linda play. She just seems to have the answers to all the questions, really. Whenever she gets tied down or you know, you're not quite sure what shot to play, she always seems to come out with the right one.
Good positional shot here though. Finish with the cue ball in place. She's got choice of both reds.
It almost looks, Keith, like she'd like to get that cue ball down to the bottom cushion.
Well, that's some shot. That's what you call getting on it. A little bit close to her work here though, Jim. It's always awkward when the cue ball's so close.
Beautiful little shot there. Touching that white out. Ideally placed on the 8. And this is the response that the Leadbitter crowd was hoping for. A lot of time taken on that one. She knew the importance, the 8 down, and we are deadlocked at 5 frames apiece in this best of 15 Embassy Ladies final.
11th frame, Sue Thompson to break. 5 frames all.
Well, if nothing else, we're being treated to a superb ladies final here in Blackpool at the Hilton Hotel, the 2000 Embassy World Championships. And this is impossible to pick a winner right now.
Open table.
Well, she didn't put as much power into that break for some reason. Nice for Linda, I suppose, because now she's got the choice of suit. What I would say about that last frame, though, Jim, is that I thought Linda would have sat back and played the took the tactical option, but I thought she showed a lot of character in the way that she took the finish out.
And confidence. And I think she felt that it was very important with
Yellow ball's in play.
The shot that Sue Thompson played, giving her the 2 visits, that she strike and strike immediately. And what sort of a blow that's going to be to Thompson's confidence, well, only time will tell. But Linda, as well as Sue, starting to look like they're both fit for the battle here. And we're getting down to crunch time.
Thirty seconds.
Red ball's in play.
Well, I'm not quite sure what she had in mind there. We'll take another look, maybe we'll get an idea.
Well, I think, Keith, all she was trying to do was get her yellows in the open. Throw the gauntlet down and challenge Sue Thompson.
Well, I don't know how brave Linda wants to be here, but a good shot, you know, would be to play the black onto the red and leave the black over the pocket. That could be very interesting. Another option she's got is she could cover the bottom left-hand pocket with the yellow, but the problem was there is that Sue will reply by playing the red straight onto the yellow.
30 seconds.
Played it well. I like the way she's played that shot because she's left the cue ball right next to the red so that she can't play the red onto the yellow. So Sue really needs to try and pot one of the reds up the table, and then that will be her next shot.
Lisa, these are the sort of frames that can bog down a player of Sue's obvious speed and the rhythm that she likes to play with. Can it be disrupted by these sort of frames?
I think earlier on in the match, I think Sue would have been struggling, but she seems to have settled. Her head seems to be fully focused now, and she seems to have a mind on the job. So I don't think it'll bother her too much. But obviously, when you're playing Linda at these kind of games, it's it's so hard to win frames like this against her.
Well, I think the red passes the yellow into the pocket, and this is why she hasn't played the deliberate foul. I've just had a look, and there is a gap there, and I've got a feeling this red will pass. Well, certainly not at that speed. No damage done, of course, because she's still got security down the bottom right-hand side.
And she did remove the bad yellow. Got the yellow that was blocking the pocket for her.
Well, Linda can pot the yellow into the middle pocket here, and that's about the only shot she's got on. If she can do that, really the only shot she's got after that is if she can play one of the yellows down onto the red that's over the pocket and leave her yellow over that pocket.
30 seconds.
Now, she's got a choice of about 3 or 4 yellows there that she can do that with, but she needs to get the yellow right over the pocket if she plays that shot.
Kind of a wasted shot there.
A little bit surprised what she tried to do was just rest the ball on the red and kill the red completely, but wasn't the right shot really. She's give Sue a free go here. Good pot. In fact, if anything, she's overdone this one. Cued it perfectly.
Beautiful shot. Controlled that white nicely. This is a big chance for Sue Thompson here. Turned out all right, but there were anxious moments there. She got into the cue ball an awful lot there. Had she bumped that 8 closer to the red.
Time out.
I think the difference is, Jim, in the first half of the match, that would have gone wrong. But all of a sudden, there's a change round here, and Sue's getting these little kisses, and they're going right.
And it really boils down to attitude and approach. Now she doesn't expect anything to go wrong, and it's not. She just wants to be sure here, because she can bump that yellow in such a way to play the 8 to the same pocket, and I would think that's advisable. Or the red, sorry. And this is simple. Sue Thompson, a very, very good visit there, stopping Linda Leadbitter in her tracks after Linda produced a fine visit. Thompson back in front, 6-5.
So Sue Thompson really providing a bit of a surprise after the way she started this match. After the break, she's come out. She's a different player. Vicky, this is terrific stuff from her. She, you know, there was one shot in there which was just terrific stuff, wasn't it?
Well, it's absolutely brilliant. I mean, she's
positionally,
she's
she's
played there
perfect
is-
here.
well, she's just playing with so much confidence now.
Yeah. Unrecognisable from the player in that first session, really. She's got the touch there, and yet the opponent is still dangerous, because we see here perfect play from Linda. She can do it too.
Well, of course, yeah, they're both stepped up a gear now, and it's going to be a really good match now.
This was the previous frame, of course, but it was great stuff from Linda.
Yeah.
Both girls are really now approaching the sort of peak of their form.
They're both playing very positive pool now, whereas before Linda would have probably played a safety shot there and not gone for the finish, but now she's...
It's good stuff, though, isn't it? Wide open. Let's go back to the action.
6-5 sees Linda break off unsuccessfully. And I have to concur, the standard of play here has gone up dramatically. All of a sudden, we've got two women that are showing why they're contesting this Embassy World Championship final.
Quite amazing how the luck seems to change from one player to the other. I mean, Sue was having some bad run earlier on, and now Linda's got a good break and another ball's knocked the white in, so yeah, it's quite amazing.
Two reds for the price of one. No real damage. Would have been nice had that red stayed there. She could have used it to dislodge the one nearest the black. But it seems like now when Sue comes to the table, whatever suit she's on, she's attacking and leaving the table in a very positive manner. Now a chance, Keith, it looks like she's going to play the one red onto the other and open the black and red up in the same visit.
Well, sat right over the pocket, so I suppose second prize. But what a great effort this was.
Just as well it didn't go in. She wasn't on another red.
And that's just like I was saying before, Jim, in the first half of the game, that would have dropped in and should have been snookered on all three reds. Now, a complete turnaround in this game.
$30.
Well, Linda ain't got many options here. It's got to be safety. There's no clearance on.
Well, I just wonder if she's still looking to attack from this position. I can't see why. Well, your options are pretty limited, Keith, really, aren't they?
Well, yeah, because before she went to the
30
table,
seconds.
there was no attacking option whatsoever. And I mean, even now, there's not really any options that she's got. Maybe a containing safety of some description is about all she can try.
The red above the yellow at the bottom cushion looks like it will pass bottom right. And there you can see the other two reds don't look available.
I think you can see how Sue's mind is, her attitude's changed. Earlier on, she probably would have just had a go, and now she's thinking so much more clearly. She's played a great shot there.
Well, she really did weather the early storm from Linda. 3-1, 4-1 down, in fact, after 5 frames. And to come back the way that she has, to lead 6-5 here in frame 12, well, you can't really say enough about her fighting qualities. I think she's brought that cue ball out far enough to get the red nearest the pocket here. She's not making many mistakes at all anymore, not like she was early. And this 8 for a 7-5 lead. Down it goes with confidence. Sue Thompson now 7-5 in front and wanting just one more frame for the crown that she has held on 2 occasions previous.
Frame, Sue Thompson to break, leaving 7 frames to cross.
With a 7-5 lead, Linda Thompson breaks off. Nothing down.
Open table.
But the transformation in Sue Thompson's game is complete. Struggling early, she's finishing the match like a champion. And looking every bit a winner. Certainly, if the last 6-7 frames are anything to go by, she's won 6 of the last 7. And gone 7-5 in front.
30 seconds.
Red ball's in play.
But we all know what a fighter Linda Leadbitter is. She won't be throwing in the towel here.
Not played it well. Needed to cover the pocket, gain control of this frame.
Sue gaining control of the bottom left, and in so doing, not really leaving a shot on either of Linda's reds.
Thirty seconds.
And the 30-second warning. This is going to be a long one. Very scrappy table as it sits. You can see two difficult reds for Linda. And Linda just, you can see the eyes, may be able to open one of those reds up right here. And I think with split in minds there, trying to get that red open cost her the pot.
Yeah, she was concentrating more obviously on the cannon onto the bad red, and that's why she missed the pot.
You know, Keith, Linda was 4-2 in front and really should have gone 5-2 in front if not for that poor shot where she rolled the white down to the two yellows, and Sue just stepped up and potted the 8 into the middle pocket to go 4-3 into the interval. From that point, this whole match is just the complexion of it has turned on Linda.
Yeah, it's quite amazing, isn't it, really, what can happen in a game. That's right, she rolled the white down the table, and I think she seemed to feel that the cue ball had rolled off to a degree. But like you say, if she'd have got that shot spot on and won the frame, gone 5-2 for the interval, yeah.
Well, here's the shot right here. Back in the 7th frame, Linda in complete control. All she had to do was cover the black there. Relatively simple. And Sue stepped up, potted that 8, went into the interval 4-3 behind, and from that point on has never looked back.
Unlucky that. Tried to cover the pocket there. That was really the key shot, because then she would have gained control of the bottom left side of the table. Just hit that too well.
Things don't seem to be going for Linda at the moment. Sue's obviously started playing well, like we know she's capable of, and Linda's just having a bit of a tough time at the moment. Nothing seems to be going for her.
Seconds.
And with Sue Thompson doing exhibitions all season long, up and down the country, she says, having the title of the Embassy World Ladies Champion can only enhance that. Likely the fees would go up, Lisa?
Yeah, I reckon so.
But it's going to be a dour struggle coming yet.
30 seconds.
Difficult frame to win, always the one that assures you of the crown. And it might prove a difficult one, certainly for Sue.
Well, I think Linda's got a good opportunity now to bring this one bad red into play. This is the one down by the yellows on the bottom cushion here. I think really if she's going to force the issue, she's got to bring this out into the open now, while Sue's got one bad yellow. Doesn't have to, but I think it would be a good shot. Well, it's a funny way going about it, Jim, because to be honest, she could have just played straight at it and brought it into play. Not sure what she was thinking about there. But the red's still not available. If Sue wanted to be very brave, she could play the tactical foul to the right-hand side, but the cue ball isn't in perfect position to do it, because if she did play that, she'd want to make sure the yellow went right over the pocket.
30 seconds.
Well, they're having a little laugh. These two have played so often, and many times in the final here, in fact. They do know each other's game very well.
Well, if Sue wants to attack here to a degree, the idea would probably play this yellow out. She can try and take it up into the top right-hand pocket on this opportunity. Linda has got the one bad red. She could afford to do it. It would be an attacking safety.
Thirty seconds.
Played it with safety in mind, obviously, getting the cue ball out of the way. Make sure she didn't bring the bad red into play.
The scoreline reads 7-5 right now. It's a race to 8. And Sue Thompson in control for the time being.
Well, it's a good pot into the centre pocket. Wiped its feet slightly going in. I think she tried to leave an angle on this one into the middle so she could disturb the bad red, and she hasn't quite left it. She's gone a little bit too far. Well, she can see the edge of it, but of course the cue ball's gone over to the cushion, which means she can't dig into the cue ball to guide it towards this one bad red.
30 seconds.
Well, tried to force it to a degree. Swerved the cue ball, I think, slightly as well as she played it. She played with lots of side, digging into it. Well, she's disturbed it all, and the two yellows are fairly awkward to a degree, I suppose. But it's not all doom and gloom.
She'd like to have finished on that yellow nearest the cue ball, Keith. That would have given her half a chance, but what a good pot, open pot that one from Sue Thompson. She really does look a totally different player than the one that started out this match.
Be interesting to see what she does here, Jim, because she can actually pot the yellow over the pocket, try and screw into these yellows and develop them. Of course, she'll have the other yellow that's going to be near the pocket to start off with, so if she does get a good split, they'd all be there. So here we go. Well, that's just amazing, isn't it?
Another look at it, that cue ball, how it found a path through there is quite amazing. In a sense, again, fortunate she hasn't potted the red and give away 2 shots.
Now, I think she's asking for a total snooker. Now, she is totally snookered. She's been so unlucky.
Time running.
Well, the referee reckons she can just see the edge, so he's obviously got better eyes. It must only be the real extreme edge. Otherwise, Sue wouldn't have asked. If Sue could get through to this ball, she wouldn't have asked for the total. So it must be very, very fine.
30 seconds.
Well, you don't get much finer than that.
Well done, referee.
The eagle-eyed referee, just the thinnest of contacts.
And there's the difference, Jim, once again, isn't it? I mean, you could have got in, she could have potted the cue ball into the centre pocket, she could have bounced out and left the bad red on for Linda, and yet she's got away with it. I mean, if she could only see the edge, all she could do was play at it, and she's come out very well.
30 seconds.
What would Linda's options be here now, Lisa, in your mind, facing this situation? How would you approach this?
Well, she knows really one mistake and it's all over. She's just got to try and contain Sue, I think, which is what she's done there. But really, she knows that one mistake with Sue and it really will be curtains. I think she's just got to hang in there and just hope she gets the chance to, well, to either finish or hope that Sue makes a mistake, really.
Seemed like all the mistakes came in a hurry from Sue Thompson, and they were all early. There's been nothing as of late.
Yeah,
30
Sue's really
seconds.
steadied the ship well. She's certainly got her head around it. Early on, you thought maybe Linda would go away and win at a canter, really, but all credit to Sue. She's produced great form, and she's looking definite favourite now.
Linda with an awful lot to think about every time she comes to the table. You can see the yellows and that one awkward red that is causing her so much trouble.
Thirty seconds.
Well, she's got very little options here. This is why she's taking so long over this shot, and I think what she might be doing is bringing the other red over to the yellows.
Good shot, that one again. Containment, the name of the game for Linda.
Again, she just shows how she doesn't do anything rash. Everything is just percentage and how her mind works. I mean, a lot of people would have, I certainly wouldn't have known what to do there, but she just seems to pull out the right shots.
Well, I wonder if she sees a path to victory here, Lisa.
Yeah, knowing Sue, I think she'll be looking at taking out a finish here. If she can get the right cannon maybe off of the thin clip on the yellow, she'll be looking at just knocking the red away or kissing the yellow nice, maybe.
Very risky shot, though, if she takes it on. She's got to go for the finish if she doesn't get it.
Yep, certainly risky, but Sue will fancy it.
Well, it's not very good, I have to admit. She tried to cannon into the yellow and the red. If the red had moved out the way completely, it wouldn't be so bad. She could probably draw this cue ball back. But as you can see now, because she's got a slight angle coming in, it's very, very difficult. So the only shot she could probably play is to cut the yellow into the pocket, maybe take the cue ball up and down the table and down for this other yellow. It's going to be a very difficult shot, to be honest. But with the angle she's got on this yellow, you know, the angles there, she's just a bit of power into the shot and she can do it.
Time out.
I'm not sure she's got enough angle, Keith, to be able to do it. Whether or not she could hit the ball that hard at such a close range.
Being left-handed, of course, she's got to use the rest. It makes it even more difficult. This is a very tough shot.
Well, maybe she's just going to screw into him and hope she comes out right. No, she's playing the shot I've said.
Well, she ended up having plenty of pace, and look at that. Once again, so close to the foul, and in the end, it's worked out perfectly. At least for the yellow, but the black still a serious problem here. Can she make it into the left center pocket? This for the win. It's there, and Sue Thompson has completed a terrific victory, a comeback win over Linda Leadbitter, an 8-5 scoreline, her third Embassy World title. And is she one happy champion or what? A brilliant win for Sue Thompson. Convincing form and a worthy champion.
Well, Sue Thompson enjoying her moment, and why not? It looked like it was all going wrong early on. After the break, she's been quite magnificent, and really, Linda Leadbitter, a disappointed loser. Vicky, what did you make of that second session performance from the two girls?
Well, it was absolutely brilliant, so different from the start of the game. I mean, Sue came out and she was a totally different player. I mean, during the interval, she actually stayed in the arena, composed, got herself sorted out ahead.
Right. And we saw Linda, of course, having a little bit of sort of coaching, talking to her husband, going through, analysing what had gone wrong, what had gone right.
Yeah.
That wasn't enough. It was Sue who got it right.
Yeah, well, it was all happening for Sue after the interval. I mean, everything was going her way, and you know, brilliant performance.
That will mean an awful lot to Sue, won't it? Because, as I said, early on it was going wrong. She looked out of sorts, concentration. She was getting fed up, and suddenly it's all gone right.
Oh yeah, you can see by the expression on her face. I mean, how much it means to her. I mean, she's deserved it. She's played really well.
Well, we can now find out what it means to her. Here's Jonathan.
Well, good sportsmanship here. The ladies talking about that game, but I'll start with Linda. Hard luck. The turning point seemed to be at the interval. I mean, just after that, we saw you just sort of stretching it aside. Were you just trying to get your focus together?
I was a bit disappointed to be just 4-3 ahead. I thought I could have been a lot more than that, but in the second session, Sue just came out and potted everything. I think I had one shot in 2 frames, you know, and she went ahead then. I was always playing catch-up.
After last year and again this year, I know you don't like to make it a habit, so I know you'll be back and you've had so much success in the past, and I'm sure it won't affect you in terms of coming back, will it?
No, it's just great to get to the final again, you know, there's so much pressure on you to get to the final, and I was so pleased, and I've just felt so relaxed in the final, you know, just like old times.
Well, hard luck again, but the new world champion of the new millennium, Sue Thompson, congratulations.
Thank you.
And I think your support and the fans everywhere, I think that was important to you, yes?
Yeah, the support that I've got has been absolutely fantastic. To be really honest with you, I didn't think, you know, I'd be standing here today, because obviously a lot of people know I had an operation, and it's like a dream come true, really, to lift that up and to play Linda. She's absolutely a fantastic champion, but we're getting older now. There's a lot of South Africans and Australian, they're coming through, and you know, it's nice for me and Linda to get to the final again, but I'm sure all the foreign teams will be pushing us all the way, and I wish them all the best of luck and to keep coming over and supporting this event.
Vicky Layton was saying that your tournament was very much similar to the way it went today. It got better and better as the week went on, and sure enough in this match, you started a little bit scrappy, both of you really, but you saved your best to last.
Yeah, I've struggled really all week. It's nice to obviously get through each round. You know, I'd basically just, when the interval come, I just sat in my chair and just tried to focus, because, you know, like Linda's done that to me a few times in the final. I've gone out and everyone's like wishing you luck, and it can, you know, do your confidence in a bit really. And that's why I sat there, and it's done me good, because I was quite focused, and I'm just absolutely over the moon.
I'm sure you are. Congratulations, our new world champion, Sue Thompson. Let's go to Alan Hughes now for the presentations.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you now welcome the presentation party, consisting of Graham Blashill, Managing Director, UK Imperial Tobacco Limited, accompanied by our Tournament Director, George Harwood.
And the Tournament Director, George Harwood, and Managing Director for Embassy Imperial Tobacco, Graham Blashill, just coming out now to present the winner and the runner-up with their checks.
Congratulations for a wonderful tournament goes to Linda Leadbitter.
And a very worthy congratulations as well. Linda Leadbitter, she is a mainstay in the Embassy World Final here for ladies. Year in and year out, the model of consistency and performance.
Ladies and gentlemen, to the winner, a cheque for £2,500, the lovely trophy, and the title of this year's Embassy Ladies World 8-Ball Pool Champion goes to Sue Thompson.
And what can you say about Sue Thompson? £2,500 cheque, the 2000 Embassy Ladies World title, and you just know she's over the moon. A terrific performance from her, from 4 round down, 7 of the last 8 to run home an 8-5 winner.
Yes, so it's well done once again to Scotland's Sue Thompson. Final thoughts from Vicky Layton, who's been watching the action with me here in the studio. In the end, it was a pretty good final, wasn't it?
Well, this is it. My prediction was right at the start.
You got it right.
I did say Sue would win, but at the start of that game, it could have gone either way. I mean, there was a few mistakes crept in, but Sue came through in the end and played absolutely brilliant after the interval.
Terrific. Vicky, thanks very much indeed for that. Hope you at home have enjoyed the match as much as we have. We'll see you next time here from Blackpool. Bye for now.